to video 7 on working in the edit suite. This is a part 2 of the two-parter. So if you're starting with this video, you need to go back 6. Video 7 of our two-parter. We started off with this image and we have layers. Just as a quick review, if I turn off all the layers, there is my base layer. We've got our leaf blower. It's kind of hazy. It's a little bit blue. On our next layer up, we got rid of our leaf blower. We got more contrast. We warmed the image. And we used some curves to bring out a little more detail. I want to do a couple more steps to this image. I'm going to use AI in a way that I often use AI on these images. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to select the subject. AI is going to select our models. There we go. There's our models. And I'm going to hit Control-C, Control-V. And that's going to make me a layer of just our models there. Now, if I turn off all the other layers, there you go. I have a picture of just our models. What this allows me to do is work with our models completely separately. So I can make some contrast changes just to our models. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in some curves, and they're going to be just for our models here. And I'm going to bring up the light just on our models and not anything else. There we go. I use this all the time. This is probably the #1 thing that I do inside layered editing, is have control over my models. Fantastically powerful. And then lastly, I'd probably look at just doing a little bit of overall color EQ to this image. I'm going to go ahead and take the brightness of the blues slightly down. There we go. And the saturation of the oranges slightly up. There we go. You know what? I don't like what it did to those clouds there. I liked what it did to the pool. So let me finish off by showing you a thing called masking. Masking allows me to take this layer. So this color EQ layer. We determined we like what it's doing to that pool, but we don't like what it's doing to that sky. Did not mean to move that. So what I can do is this area here, I can take a paintbrush and I can paint with a large paintbrush. I'm going to paint black over this, and you'll see the black appear in there. And what I'm doing is I'm saying, don't add color EQ to that area there. There we go. And so now I've turned it off for the sky because I basically kind of erased it in the sky, but I'm keeping it in the pool. This is the superpower, masking and drawing with masks, because if I go, you know what, I like what it's doing there, but I think I maybe needed a little more in the sky. I can switch it back and I can paint a little bit of white back on the sky. There we go. And then I can go, oh, you know what? No, I think I liked it the other way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint that all black again. This is incredibly powerful, gives you an amazing amount of control when you can hand draw with your mask. And no, I know most people don't have a wonderful touch screen like this, but absolutely, I could do that with my mouse as well. So I can paint black just by dragging my mouse. It's just a helpful way for me to show you rather than always dragging a mouse. Finishing up. Okay, we've got all of these layers. There's 2 things that I would do from here. One is to know that I cannot share this picture as is. This picture right now is made up of a whole bunch of layers that are composited together. I have to make a new photo out of this. That's what destructive editing is about. To finish up, we need to save this image. This image has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers to it. It's a 7-layer cake of an image, and I can't show it to anybody but on my computer. I need to save it in some way. Now, I would probably save it as an ACDSee file which is what it is right here. I'm going to click save on that. What is that? Well, that means it's going to save it as a file with 7 layers. That allows me to go back and open up that ACDSee file and make changes later. So let's say I didn't like what I did with that mask. I could go back and I could change that mask and change the picture, kind of making it in a little way non-destructive. I just have to have a file to do that with. So that's our ACDSee file. I've just saved that, and that will appear down in our thumbnails. If I want to share this image, I'm going to have to export it in some way. And for that, we're going to move on to video 8, because exporting is part of sharing, and that's super important. So join me for video 8.